Hi, how are y'all? I was about 3 seconds late this time on pushing the go. Hello, Miss Michaela Panna. I think my sound's fine, but Hayden borrowed my Ethernet cable and then put it back. I hope it's not lagging. I didn't have to do anything last time, but I thought I'd check. Yeah, hi Tori. I was just 3 seconds tardy. Put me in the penalty box. Did I get plenty of soup? Yeah, actually I did. Hayden got me some. Hello, Miss or Ms. Dorian. Still don't know if that's a male or female. Oh, looky here. I've already got a hater in the Kevin Morrow. You got COVID because you're using your son as clickbait. Yeah, that's why I got COVID, because I used my son. Which one did I use? Did I use Parker, Hayden, or Blaine? And which one of those gave me COVID? I could care less about you. But once again, you ass using your kid to profay. I think you mean profit. And you got a job, yes. I don't even know what to make of the rest of that, man. But just hate away with your haterade. It just makes me more money because idiots keep commenting on here. I think it's funny. Did you sweat that shit out? Yeah, I've still got it. I think whatever it is I've got, I don't even know what I got. I don't know if it's COVID, because no, I did not take a stupid test. I didn't stick something 6 inches up my nostril into my brain. I didn't bend over and stick an anal probe up there either. So I don't know what I've got, but I know I was sick, and I've not been sick in a very, very long time. About 3.5, 4 years ago, back when I was still drinking and vaping, I took a big rip off of a vape thing that I had, and it was dry, and the cotton like burned and gave me a sore throat for like almost 2 weeks. But it didn't do anything else. No fever or anything like that. And then like I was still married, if that tells you how long ago, 2009 or 10, I got a flu shot because I went to work for some medical thing selling oxygen hospital, one of the most horrible jobs I ever had. And as soon as I got that shot, I was sicker than a dog for like 4 or 5 days, throwing up, 105, 103 fever, like really, really bad. I thought I was going to die. So I take that back. I did get sick one more time. 2012. Right after Samantha left, I got real sick, but it only lasted like 24 hours. So even then, that's still been 10 years. I've almost forgotten what it's like to be sick. I just hadn't been sick. Thank the gods. Knock on wood. I'm not saying I'm some Billy badass, but I am trying to take care of myself. But for the longest time, I didn't take care of myself. I was a professional drunk. And now I'm not anymore because I'm fully recovered. So anyways, no, I did not take the test. I will not take the test. I have no desire to take the test. If I got the rona, then I just got it. Then supposedly if I've got it once, I won't get it again. That's what they told us. But they also told us that if you got, like in Joe Biden's own words, if you get these inoculations, trying to watch what I say, if you get these jabs, then you won't get sick. And we all know that that's horse crap, because loads of people, including the Mr. President himself, I heard he got sick again twice. He came down with it a second time. And that dude not just jabbed, he's like jabby jab, like lots of them. So they tell us. Hello, Luke Walker and Regina Scott. I'm glad you're feeling better. Well, I am feeling better, but I'm not 100%. In fact, only in the last hour have I really started. Like, I just now noticed it. My fever broke 2 days ago, I think, or a day and a half. I don't know, about 2 days ago. And still at night, I'm just tossing and turning because I can't get comfortable very much. But it feels like I think the fever broke. I never had a bad fever. It was just a low grade fever for 3 days. But it felt like the pores around my hair follicles, it was super hypersensitive. Like I'd still do my nightly walks. Oh my God, I haven't gone to the gym in 5 days now. Well, I went today because I took Blaine up there, but I didn't work out. But it just feels like my hairs are hypersensitive until like the last hour. Every time I move the covers around or my shirt moving, or if I go on the walk and my pant legs just go, just the slightest little thing just sets me up into orbit. But like I said, only last like just now, really 30 minutes, an hour, just now. It's even that's going away. I don't know how long my voice will last. Got my water here just in case. Mind, body, oh, I know you. You don't actually believe in Rona, right? Nope. I need to send you an email with all info. No, I don't. Like I said, I just, whatever. If that's what the conventional wisdom is, I got sick. Some people say that viruses don't even exist. I don't know if I take it that far. But I must say that I'm just agnostic on this. I don't know. I don't think it was nearly what they shut the whole fucking world down for. I don't think that was worth it. I think that was a gigantic overreaction, because if this is all it is, and yes, I've read your comments. I'm fully aware that it supposedly affects everybody differently, which is not surprising because that's the way illnesses always happen. Again, back when I was in my early 20s, I was paying attention to the news even back then. I watched it. I was a kind of a news junkie, Fox News, but still, I was a news junkie. And there was always reports between 80 and a couple 100,000 people every year dying of the flu. And I thought, how strange. 23-year-old me thought, how strange that that many people die in the U.S. every year from the flu, because I didn't know anybody that ever died from the flu, or maybe one, and they were usually old. But as far as diseases affecting everybody differently, that shouldn't be any kind of surprise whatsoever. If you've got, what do they call them, comorbidities, then of course it's going to affect you. If you're older, or if you're an infant and your bodies hasn't been on this shitty earth long enough to actually grow your immune system, of course it's going to affect you differently. If you're obese, of course it's going to affect you differently. I'll email. Yes, please do. I'm specifically interested in what you have to say about that. She's a holistic person. Your name here, not got it yet, but if I do, I'll be fine. Glad you're better. I'm glad you haven't. You might not get it. Say everybody will get it, but First Lady's husband got the Rona. Yeah. Hello, Mazen. I'm doing much better. Chase Pinkowski. Hello. What's up, Surfer Chick? It's a seasonal thing. I'm so sick too. Been in bed for around a week. I guess it's seasonal. Like I said, the best I can remember was 2012 was the last time I got sick, but that was only a 24-hour thing. This has been going on 5 days, and it's just now. I've still got a little tiny bit of a sore throat. Well, you look good still. Well, like I said, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't. Oh, Dannon. Oh, by the way, thank you all for checking on me. That was very kind to all y'all. Good morning, Miss Sharon. It's already Monday morning for people on the upside down side of the earth. I love making corny ass down under jokes. One of these days, I'm going to go there and I'm either going to get lynched or or teased. Fucking Americans. I love my Aussies. Speaking of Aussies, while I was down, I watched a lot of House. Imagine that. No Chase. He's an Aussie. And there's lots of good Aussie jokes in there. House even gives some of them. Hello, Ricardo. Never had the Rona, never had the flu, never been sick in 15 years, unvaxxed, untested, unmasked. Hell yeah. Well done. I'm glad. Mind over matter. Speaking of House, there's a line from House where he's talking about it's season 3, episode 18, and it's called Airborne. And I know I've mentioned this before. Even if you're not a House junkie like me, you can watch it independently and pretty much get the whole gist of it. It perfectly explains what happened this was made in like 2006, I believe. And it perfectly explains what happened in 2020 and 2021. It was mass hysteria. And the good doctor himself, yes, I know he's an actor, but his dad's a doctor in real life. Hugh Laurie's dad, his real dad's a doctor in real life, as is Chase's dad in real life. What's his name? I can't think of his name. I know his name. I'm having a brain fart. But anyways, your mind can dictate whether, to a certain degrees, whether or not you are sick or not. That's why pessimism is a shitty way to live. And I had it a few weeks ago, and it was all bad cough and running nose, made my head hurt, but my family freaked out if I even walked out of my room without a mask. Yeah, I feel for you young people that had no choice but to have ignorant ass family that had the thumb screws and to put their fucking thumbs on y'all and force y'all to comply with all the bullshit they saw on the scary TV. I do feel for you. Red Squirrel, have you ever been somewhere in public and ran into one of your YouTube fans? If so, what was their reaction? Very, very seldom. If I happen to have a conversation and it just comes up about the Parker movie, I've had a few people go, oh, I've seen that. That's you? That's your kid? I'm like, yeah. But it's not like like people just recognize or anything. Not at all. The Dusk Princess. Glad you're doing better. Thank you. Luke Walker, me and my parents had corona, but now we're great. Good. I'm glad. Tori, it's budgie smuggler season over here. Oh. Talking to Sharon. Computer fast repair. What up, Caleb Dogs? Just trying to get done with this. I'm ready for it to be over. Austin Asaf 7. I'm just trying to get her done. I think you got me sick. I have a cough now. That's not the way it works. Yanni, the Aussies won't lynch you for making corny Aussie jokes. They may lynch you for refusing to get the jab, though. I've heard they were terrible over there. The government has brainwashed Aussies into thinking unvaxxed people are hazards. Unfortunately, I know that's true. Clarissa Hendershot, I had COVID and it sucked. Well, I'm not saying it's been fun, but for me, I've been way, way more ill. I've had worse hangovers. I promise you that. Yanni, my wife, had COVID a month ago. I slept in the same bed as her. My kids were interacting with her, and none of us got it. She had a cough. That's it. Healthy immune system over the jab. Yes, sir. Popeyes or Hardee's. I've never had Hardee's that I remember. I've had Popeyes. I like Popeyes. I just don't eat there much because it's all fried. And I've got to watch my girlish figure here. Keep the calorie intake in check. Yeah. I do love Popeyes red beans and rice though, and I know it's plumb full of lard, I'm sure. Sharon, that's the problem, Caleb. The television is hypnotizing minds with crap, unrealistic ideals, and destroying morals. Yeah, add to that Facebook and Instagram. I got canned on Facebook like right as I got this, or maybe the day before. And if you apparently on Facebook, if you put quote, even if it's on your own page and you're talking to your own friend, like I was, Miss Mary, she's not here today, but or I haven't seen her, but we were joking on my own page, and I said, "Men are," and I put a little piggy icon, emoticon, or what emoji, and within like 5 seconds, I got zapped. They zapped me and put me in the penalty box because that's justice. So yeah, Sharon, add Facebook and the bullshit you see on Instagram. I use Instagram just because it's just kind of, that's what we've got, I guess. It's kind of pathetic that Facebook and Instagram are the big ones. Yeah, there's Twitter, but for some reason my Twitter is just plumb. I mean, I got a few people on there that I know, but for the most part, it's just a bunch of robots. It's so obvious, these people with like 3 followers, and it's some scantily clad hoe asking to whatever. Hey, you wanna? No, I don't. Tori at Sharon, I have a good friend in Sydney. She got me through my divorce time, and I got her through lockdown times. I always knew when my phone went off at 3 a.m. my time who it was. Yeah, well, I know how you feel. I had a friend in England, and that's how it was. Caleb, are you cool with Candace? I still with Big Knee Jason? I just cannot talk about that. I'm sorry, and I know that's what a lot of people want to know, and how the kid's doing and their relationship with her and all that. I cannot talk about that, and I'm sure y'all understand. Luke Walker, I'll be fucking happy when COVID is over, Caleb. It pretty much is. I mean, as far as the ridiculous shutdown reaction, now we're feeling the effects of the economy with stagflation and the price of everything, inflation going through the roof. Ricardo, I didn't alter my life in the slightest because of the Rona. My wife was scared for a month or so, but then I convinced her it was a big scam, and we've been living life as normal. Good for y'all. Hell yeah, Ricardo. Because it was. It's just a big scam. Of course, some people are going to get sick, and when they get sick, they die. It's always happened. People die. It always will happen. It's just, it sucks, but that's just life. Sharon, no jabs here. Pure blood. Not had Rona ever. No illness since 2007. I'm a negative blood group with anti-rhesus. I don't know what that means, but good for you. I mean, I just don't see the point in getting a bunch of jabs when apparently, obviously, you get it anyway. Our own president has had it twice again now. It just makes no sense. And plus, besides all that, I don't trust the people who rammed that shit forward and shoved it down our throats. I never have. I mean, they're the same type of people that jailed me, stole my kids. I just don't trust them. And why so many people blindly trust them, I have no idea. Uh, there's a famous line by Dr. House where he says, "Everybody lies." And it is true. Everybody lies, some way more than others. And to think that members of Congress, our own presidents, the people at the CDC and the FDA, to think that they don't lie, and this includes so many people of your beloved police officers, to think that they don't lie, all these people, that's true, that it's true about everybody lies, except for all these, alphabet groups, they would never lie to us. Come on. Don't be a Caleb. Don't be a young Caleb. Been so naive. Maz, I really like the wall beside you. Looks like hella trippy. Nice setup. Oh, my alien? Oh, it's just foam. Tori, it will ramp up around Labor Day to scare people to vote from home. Sound familiar? Probably. Yeah, it probably will. Michaela, when I broke my arm, my dad was really sick and he thought he was going to die. Ew, that sucks. Dana, did you watch anything good during your time away? Yes, basically season 3. I rewatched all of season 3 of House. I'm into about the 4th episode of season 4 of House. And I know there's some other things out there that people are wanting me to watch, but I was being a little pouty and whiny because when I get sick, I do get a little whiny and bitchy. And I just did my go-to, watched my good old faithful House because Dr. House just never lets me down. His sarcasm and wit and just everything about the show just cracks me up. The humanity about the show is another thing that I love. Have I told you all that I'm a big cry ball bag at movies? House is no exception, especially, oh my goodness, season 4. I'm only on episode 4, but the last 2 episodes are called Wilson's Heart, and then the last one's House's Head. And it is a tear jerker, big time tear jerker. I cry every time. Supposedly millions of people have died somehow. None of us know a single one. I think the disease and cases exist, but I think deaths with COVID are all counted as COVID death. Yep. There was a bunch of memes going around back in 2020, and one of the funniest ones I remember, they got like millions of shares or whatever, was breaking news. Man's parachute fails to open, dies of coronavirus. Everything was getting marked as CV. So dumb. And if everyone lies, does that mean you have lied before? Yep. I don't consider myself a big time liar. I have told little white lies. I guess you could say, lying out of omission there for a while on back when I was a drunk by not being open about it. However, my justification, call it what you want. My justification was if I came out with it, then I would have my cheer-ins taken from me. So that's that lie by omission. I don't have any regrets, like none at all. But generally speaking, I'm not a liar. I'd like to think. I think so. I think I am not a liar. But just for me to sit here and say I've never done it, that'd be a lie in and of itself. Excuse me. Carabeth 93. Monkeypox is a scam too. Yes, ma'am. It sure the hell is. That's it. I feel like monkeypox. I think they're testing it to see how scared they can make people, and I just think, remember during Rona, what was it? Murder hornets. Y'all remember murder hornets? That just suddenly, just one day, boom! It was all over the fucking television, all over the cell phones, all over social media. Murder hornets they're gonna come get us. There's millions and billions and trillions of murder hornets, and they're pissed, and they're gonna come eat our faces off or some bullshit. And we all laughed it out of existence, and we never heard of it again. I think monkeypox hopefully can be the same way. You just laugh it off. It's so dumb. Red Squirrel, I have COVID in August of 2020. Then the company I work for is a major defense contractor that builds U.S. Navy and Coast Guard ship, mandated that everyone get shot or be fired. I would have been fired. Thank the gods I was in that position. It's kind of like I'm so glad my cheerings weren't where I was 10 years ago with all them being little and fighting it. God damn, I can't imagine how some of you divorced parents had to deal with your crazy exes and their insistence of just jab, 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 jab. Just get their little faces, just mask, just suffocating them, sending them to school. I'd see kids wait outside at bus stops, all in masks. They're just filthy dirty. And it's not the kids' fault. It's their ignorant parents' fault. I'm making dinner. I'll be done. I'll talk more. Regina Scott, Carabeth, I heard about monkeypox. I heard a couple of states was hit by it, mostly in one of the other countries. Yeah, I wouldn't give it any more thought, Regina. Epic Roller, I'm 14 and I loved to Dr. House since I was 7. Supposed to say Dr. House. Well, good, Epic Roller. Yeah, I think House teaches morality, for lack of a better term. My kids have all seen it. They grew up on it. Don Keener, I know 3 people have died from COVID, but they all had health issues. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not saying people haven't died from an illness, but when everything is COVID, what the hell's COVID? If it supposedly has all these different symptoms, and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. And I mean, never, like I said, I hate to keep bringing it up, but there's 240 something episodes of House, and I've seen all of them at least a dozen times. And of all the diseases they covered in all 200 something episodes, the named disease in their book, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not claiming to be a doctor, but any named disease has got very specific symptoms that happen most of the time in most patients. But with the Rona, god damn, even not having any symptoms was apparently became a symptom. It got so silly. Madison just finished all the boys show every season. Finished it all yesterday. Season 4, Ryan and Homelander about to fuck this shit up. Everyone's dead. Well done, Maz. Do you like it? I guess. I assume you did. Told you it's badass. I don't even know how they let it be made. They tell that if life reflects reality in the United States, that's how crooked I see the vast majority of the leadership in all levels of government, federal, state, and even most local. That's how I see it. That's how corrupt I see almost all of them. Ricardo, I voted for president a single time in my life. Jimmy Carter, a fellow Georgian. I hate U.S. politics. I am neither right nor left, though I hate the left slightly more, the left slightly less sane. I'm about right there with you. I wasn't old enough to vote for Jimmy Carter. He was, who's he? He was right for Reagan, right? No, that was that dickhead Nixon. He must have been right for Nixon. He was before my time. Weirdly enough, he's still alive, I think. Last asshole I voted for was George Bush Jr. Believe me, I didn't know what I was doing. Bonnie Johnson, I'm a fan of Dr. House too. Good. I think everyone should. I think this world would be in a much better place if we had critical thinkers that thought like the guy and who could people just watch and understand the humanity and the sarcasm of the show. It's just phenomenal. Carabeth 93, Regina Scott, I feel like it is a scam. I assume you mean monkeypox? Yeah. Red Code, I was forced to wear a mask to school all the way until March of this year. Parents weren't allowed to opt you out. I wish I had a governor like Ron DeSantis who would make my school let me opt out. Hell yeah. And again, I'm not a Republican by any stretch of the imagination because I've got my beef with so many of them. Just so happens that Ron DeSantis, the governor here of Florida, is a Republican. He's got some quirks about him that I'm not even going to go into because it doesn't even matter. But overall, on the issues that affect me personally, the stupid masks and the jabs, he fucking socked it to him. And good for him. Anna Morgan, Caleb, I love you. Well, thank you, Anna Morgan. That's so strange that people tell me that. Okay, thank you. I don't know how long I can keep this up. Like I said, I feel fine. Just got that little tickle in my throat. Panna, my relative took the wrong medication, died from the Rona. This is supposed to be a joke. Oh, okay, I'm not quite following you there. Colton Constantine, unpopular opinion. Rona is a mass psychosis propagated through media. Besides that, it's normal cold flu with anxiety and paranoia added up to top. Anxiety can make you sick all on its own. Hell yeah. Again, what Colton just said. Even if you're not a House fan, you don't necessarily have to watch from the very beginning and watch every episode to understand. You don't. You can go watch season 3, episode 18, I believe. It's called Airborne. I'm going to put it up there. House season 3, episode 18, called Airborne. I'm going to put my own comment up there. Go watch Airborne. If you've got Amazon Prime, it's free on there. You can watch it. Just watch. It's all an hour long, and it perfectly. It's a perfect example. Exactly what was it? Colton? Shit. Sorry. What he said, exact to the T. It's mass psychosis, or mass hysteria. That's what they call them. They called it which is, I think, basically the same thing. Hello, Miss Mary. Yes, please don't. I was just talking about you, Miss Mary. I was telling about how and why I got put in the penalty box on Facebook for 6 days. I think I'm going to be out tomorrow night. Oh, that's me. Yes. House, season 3, episode 18, Airborne. They're all on an airplane, and House brilliantly tricks all of them and tells them symptoms of this deadly virus that they're all trapped in this big I think they're coming from Hong Kong or something. Him and Cuddy went to some speaking engagement, and there's 200 of them stuck in this airplane, and this one guy starts freaking out, and he's having all these horrible symptoms. He genuinely is sick. I won't completely ruin it for you, but he genuinely is sick. But everyone else was monkey see, monkey do. And so House puts them all to the test to see just how far mass hysteria will really go. And he busted their asses. Don Keener, I caught my son watching House the other day. LOL. When they were young, I watched it faithfully. Caught? Well, did you encourage him? You should be encouraging. It's not caught. I mean, you get caught watching porn. You'll get caught watching House. That little tiny tickle's driving me nuts. Ricardo, the Rona paranoia is the same. Rona paranoia is the same paranoia with gun. Jesus. People. This was what happened on my last live I did. I got about 20, 30 minutes in, and I had this big old cough, but this time I don't feel terrible. I live in Grenada. I own rifles. My parents own rifles. My grandparents own rifles. Most people I know do. There are no mass shootings here. Oh, snap! You mean to tell me that almost everyone in Grenada has rifles, high capacity assault rifles, and mass shootings don't happen there? Man, I wonder what. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. It actually doesn't surprise me at all. This is America, the land of the free and the home of the scared. Everyone here is scared to death because they believe everything on the television. Homeschool, y'all, I'm having to talk. I'm going to try to go an hour, but I'm having to talk real low so it doesn't mess up my vocal cords. Everybody asked if he got tested. I said no. Just go to the CDC website, and it had all the symptoms. Just follow the OTC medicines, and we got feeling better. I think moms and grandma's old ways of doing it were just fine. Just chicken soup, mama's homemade chicken soup. I just don't trust what the CD says at all. I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Yes, I do. Colton Constantine, lowest gun crime rates are in open carry states, counties. Gun regulations only affect law-abiding citizens. Criminals are then unchecked, but don't need to point that out here. Nope, not to me. I mean, but yeah, go ahead. And not going to bother me. It needs to be pointed out. Tori, your mind is a powerful machine that can open a door to then make your body susceptible to things. Yep, that's, again, I hate to keep bringing it up, but the House almost says that verbatim in Airborne, season 3, episode 18, Airborne. Surfer Chick, favorite Chris. Surfer Chick, are you British? I see that little U in favorite. Chris Stapleton song. If he's the guy I'm thinking about, I don't listen to a lot of modern country because most of it sucks so bad. But if Chris Stapleton, if he's that one bearded guy, that unique sounding guy, I think he's the one I actually do like. Parker's the one that introduced me to him, and I don't know the name of his songs. That he's got 2 or 3 that I really like. I mean, I think is he the guy? He and his wife actually write their own songs. You can tell it sounds like genuine music and not this canned crap that they put out just out of Nashville only. Jake, I like beer. I'm so sorry. Dude, why are you're not trolling me, are you, Jake? You got that in there a bunch. Don Keener, I found it funny that people were protesting the police in the UK and putting their hands up, shouting, "Stop, don't shoot." Their cops don't carry guns. No, they don't. Or the vast majority of them don't. There are a certain very small, high precision task force that do, but the vast majority, your average beat cop, does not. And coincidentally, UK cops kill like maybe one person every 3 or 4 years, and United States cops kill about 3,000 people every year. We're number one. Mother knows best. Usually. I can obviously add a caveat to that. Yes, Jake, and if I were you, I'd listen to Dannon because she's one of my Whomping Willows, and she'll kick you out. Yanni, I never shame my kids for watching porn or doing the accompanying activity. I told them it's natural and locked their door. I won't ask questions. It's natural, victimless, enough Christian BS. Well, I mean, yeah, teenagers. Yeah, it's gross to think and talk about. It's not that big a deal. I wouldn't encourage it. I'm talking about little kids. Just that's not appropriate. Little bitty ones, no. Colton Gonsling, British or Canadian? Not sure. Oh, is that how Canadians spell favorite with the U in it? She's British. Again, I keep bringing up the houseisms, but one time, Chase, who is Aussie, he was picking on him like he always does. He said something. He made a reference about Chase being British, and he goes, "I'm Australian. I'm not British." And House looked at him and said, "The Queen is on your money. You're British," which is funny because Hugh Laurie is actually British. There's a lot of people that don't realize that because he plays such a perfect part, or he plays a perfect American accent. In fact, one of the hiring producers I just read on, if you push pause on there, if you're watching House on Prime, it'll give you background stories. And apparently one of the producers that saw Hugh Laurie's initial I don't know what you call it, tryouts, whatever you call it for actors. Obviously, I'm not an actor. He was playing he's trying out to be House, and he said, "This is the guy we want, this all-American guy." And he didn't know who Hugh Laurie was, and they wound up hiring him, and he goes, "Oh shit, he's actually British." That is a good actor, because you have to be really, really, really good where even where people can't just straight flat cannot tell. Yanni, I am Christian, but the ones that think it's sinful to carry out a natural body function are full of shit and want to control your life. Yep. And again, I'm fully aware that there are Christians out there who have their heads on straight, and I've got no problem with that whatsoever. It just so happens the vast majority of them I know do like to control you and me. B, favorite, yes, Canadian. Okay, so favorite is, if you are Canadian, favorite is spelled with a U. I think I knew that. I've actually do have some Canadian friends, and if I'm not mistaken, I have seen that. I know. Obviously, I've got English friends, and they all spell it like that. I like spelling color. Yeah, they use the U there as well. Server chick, no, I'm not British, but Chris Stapleton is the bearded guy with his wife. Oh, okay. So if you're not British, then you do like Chris Stapleton, the bearded guy with his wife. So I'm assuming you've got to be Canadian then. Where do you stream House? Amazon Prime. I happen to have the complete box set Blu-rays, because actually I've got two sets because I'm a freak. Well, I'm not a freak. I bought the box set when I lived on my sailboat, because there were certain times while I was living on my sailboat that I didn't have Wi-Fi. and I had a TV and a Blu-ray player that I had converted to hook up that would run off my batteries. And I had wind and solar, and so I would just sit out there and, waste life away, rocking in the ocean at anchor, and watch episode after glorious episode of House off of Blu-ray. But now it just happens to be more convenient to watch it and stream it, since I've got this high-powered landline now. Porn is disgusting. Some people think so. Bro Parker is actually a genius from Zixify. You think so? I think he probably is. Oh, I got you, man. Yeah, I know what you meant. I'll really only make fun of people's spelling when they're attacking me, because I'm shallow like that. Oops. Bonnie Johnson. I didn't know that Hugh Laurie's British. There you go. Yes, ma'am. He sure is. And he is British. When you hear him talk like in real life, in my box set, after the last episode of the last season, he does an entire episode all of itself. And I forget what they call it. Something like bragging rights or something like that. He kind of rubs it in how successful it was, because at one time he was the highest paid TV star per episode in the world. And he may still hold that record. I don't know, but he got, I don't remember how much he got paid per episode, but it was a bunch. It was well over $1 million an episode. So kind of do the math, or maybe it's 800,000 an episode. But yeah, he made a ton of money off of it. And he's going through there with his own camcorder, and they're wrapping up the season finale and the episode, or the main finale, and he's interviewing everybody, and he is British. Hugh Laurie is a good actor. He is a phenomenal actor, and I know I've said this before, but I firmly believe that Ryan Reynolds completely ripped off the character of Deadpool. And I know Rob Liefeld wrote Deadpool. I totally get that. But as far as making it for TV, I think he totally ripped off, or maybe ripped off's a little bit of a harsh word. He totally was highly influenced by the sarcasm and the wit and the humor and the genius of Hugh Laurie. And I'm still, to this day, I'm writing down as I watch all these episodes over again. I'm taking notes on my phone because I love Deadpool. I don't really care for Ryan Reynolds in anything else. I think he kind of sucks at everything else. But with Deadpool, he nailed it. And Deadpool 2, both of them. He nailed it. And I've watched both of those, I don't know, dozens of times as well. And so what I'm doing every time I see an episode where I can get the slightest hint of Deadpoolism, I make note of it. And one of these days, when I'm really old and gray and decrepit, I'm going to put together a montage of all the Deadpool scenes where he acts like or talks like, and even in many, many cases uses exact jokes from Hugh Laurie's character as House. Faye Teeter, I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you very much, Faye. Colton, well, hello from Vancouver Island, Canada. Well, hello, Mr. Colton. Oh, you're just messing with me now, Surfer Chick. You're Tennessean and you spell favorite like that. You had to have spent some time up way north in Yankee Land or over in Europe, or maybe you just prefer, I guess. I don't know. I'm just playing with you. I'm not British either. I just like spelling color. Okay, well, maybe. That's fine. I don't mind. Why did you move off the boat? I had Blaine move in with me. He got on a bus back in November of last year. and rode 30 hours to come see his pops. And it was the two of us living at anchor in my tiny little 29-foot sailboat. And he had aspirations of wanting to do more with his life than sit at anchor and get fat like his old man was doing, which I'm so glad he did, because that's the reason I've managed to lose 40 pounds. And so I sold it. Yanni, me and my son stepped out for a smoke this morning with a clear sky out of nowhere. In 30 seconds, clouds rolled in. It started to piss pour rain. It was gone and clear as day once we were gone. You're, if I'm not mistaken, you're in somewhere in Australia, right, Yanni? I think, if I remember correctly. Shit just happens in the tropics. Yanni, the rain is in the same here in Grenada. Short, intense showers only last 3 to 5 minutes, then it goes right back to being sunny. Well, I mean, hell, that's how it is here in South Central Florida. We've not had any rain in like ever since I've been sick. So other than this weird dry spell we're in, that's kind of how it is here. About 3 o'clock, anywhere from 3 to 6, the clouds roll in and nice rain comes, and then it goes away and it's sunny again. There's never any floods anywhere. As flat as Florida is, there's never any floods. As of my top 2 shows that I recommend for you to watch at the moment are From and Daredevil. I know, and I thought about that. I remember you telling me to watch From. You told me several times, and I will get to it. I just have to remember once I get off. It's a montage. Oh, if y'all don't know, that is a phrase from Team America World Police. Who was it that said? I know Tori watched it, obviously. I think Dannon said she was going to watch it. It's just hilarious. At my school, if you have to go to the bathroom or your locker during class, it's a tardy. 5 tardies and you get corporal punishment. I would have my kid out of there in a heartbeat, and ain't nobody going to touch my kids. And I would just like to say, if a person has true love in their hearts, they win over the best people. As for friends they make. Okay, I mean, I don't know where that came from, but okay. Dannon, okay, she's talking to Michaela. Yeah, that's it's just, they say that's just, I don't get that. Most modern public indoctrination centers in America now have a zero tolerance policy for hitting, and yet a lot of them still have corporal punishment. Like, don't ever hit, and if we catch you hitting, we're going to be just like your parents, and we're going to hit you more. But if you do it, it's going to be bad, and we're going to arrest you or arrest your parents. Okay, that's right. I used to live in Australia. Then I went on holiday to my in-laws in Samoa. We went on a boat trip in every single Pacific Island nation. Then I couldn't bring myself to leave the island. Gotcha. Oh, must be nice. One of these days. Samoa is an island in the Western Pacific Ocean. Okay, so that would be east of Australia. Yeah, okay. Obviously, I've never been there. Bonnie Johnson. I'm Toledoan. Oh, Toledo? Like Toledo, Ohio? Yanni, 2 of the islands are a sovereign state. One of the islands is owned by the United States. Really? That means that I could fly there to that one that's owned by the U.S. Wheels keep on turning. Oh, Caleb's messed up brain. Yeah, why would you sue a school if they hit your kids? Hell yeah, I would. Goddamn right I would. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. Weird how salt is bad unless you're salting child. Isn't that the damnedest thing, Dan? Of all the people in the world that are least likely to be able to defend themselves, the elderly and babies, society says it's okay to hit small people as long as they're your parents. Or apparently, some people say uh, if they're your school. But if they magically turn 18, then you do it, it's assault. And if the kid hits the parent back, I think that's considered assault. But it's not assault if it's your kid and you beat the hell out of them. That's just good old Jesus love. Caleb, there is a Toledo, Spain. Ooh, I didn't know that. The things I learn here, I love it. Tori, Caleb, we need to look into starting a micronation on a piece of land where around the USA. Yeah, I've got some friends that are involved in what I'm going to have to go soon, what's called seasteading. And that's kind of the idea. I thought about it for a while. You got to be really dedicated. Johnny, I couldn't bring myself to go back to my pathetic life in Australia after spending time in this paradise. Plus, my boys like it here because they can be close to their cousins and their heritage. Perfect, man. I wouldn't go back. As much as I would love to see Australia and how it's sad it made me to watch them just get the majority of their people get completely brainwashed in this shutdown was just so sad to watch. But I can't say that I blame you. I wouldn't go back. Chris Freeman, hi Caleb. We love you here in Natchez. Oh, you're gonna make me guess. I never remember. Is that Missouri, MS? Come visit us in October. It's Natchez, Mississippi. Yeah. Okay. MS is Mississippi. I can spell Mississippi. Watch, I won't even look at your deal. Mississippi. Did I get it right? I know I did. Great Mississippi ballroom races. Cool. A ballroom race? How do you race inside of a ballroom? Michaela, isn't it weird that you can laugh at a child when they're being told to go off themselves and not get in trouble? Because that's exactly what happened to me. That's not funny at all. It's terrible. And personally, where I work right now, I can't stand it when I see people constantly talking down to younger kids. I make sure I never do. Kids need a voice, not to be talked down to. Good. And you're right. And I mean, yeah, they need to be corrected. Like I call mine little shits all the time, and I always have. But they know that I don't mean like you little shits. Like my dad did me. Caleb, you stupid. Bam, bam, bam. But just correcting's one thing, but being cruel is a totally different one. I've noticed almost every Hollywood male actor puts on a woman's dress at least once in their career. Yeah, but then again, they're Hollywood. But at the same time, I mean, lots of cultures have men wear kilts, and that's basically a dress. They believe that's Irish, and that's perfectly normal. It's been around for long time. I did see Brad Pitt in a skirt. That was kind of strange to see. He's promoting his new movie. Seems like Hollywood's goal is to emasculate men and break down their masculinity. Yeah, among other things. Bunch of kitty diddlers, unfortunately. Chris Freeman, Bret Michaels was our last concert at the last one he had. Old Bret Michaels. Hello, kitty. Will you come here? Where Daddy loses his voice? Come here, kitty. I want to see if I can get her. I know. Come here, kid. She still does not like this. Hello, Mom Cat. Say hello. Say bye. Bye bye. All right, get in. All right. With that, I think I'm going to have to let y'all go. My voice is getting too tickly. I think what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to trade days. I'm going to go Sunday through Thursday, give that a whack. Oh, before I go, I had the weirdest thing happen to my YouTube channel. Yesterday, I was checking my stats like I frequently do. I lost 1,500 subscribers in 1 hour. And it was weird. I mean, I guess it's happened if I don't check it or something, but I've never actually seen it happen, like just almost like in real time. It wasn't even an hour. It was, I checked, and then like 30 minutes later, I checked again, and boom, it was down 1,500 subscribers. I was like, what the hell? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to let you go. My voice is hurting. I will again. I'm gonna try to go Sunday through Thursday. Test that out a little bit. But I will see y'all. Today's Sunday. If you don't mind, if you're still watching this live, before you go, would you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down to that hater or two that I saw, and tell me how much you hate me? I still get the benefit of it. But if you would, give me a thumbs up. And if any of my past episodes of my podcast struck a nerve with you, and you know your friend or family, or any of my videos for that matter, that have gone through, if you would send it to them, because it does help me. And I will see y'all tomorrow, because it's going. Bye. Consider not hitting your damn cheerings. Bye.